Well,
okay, I think we're going.
I've got a hair in my mouth.
That is lovely.
Let's hope it's one of mine.
And I see that you're eating licorice.
Oh,
Takes all sorts. Now, I just made that joke and it got nothing from you, so I thought I could do it again.
with the hope.
Comedy. Yeah? Come on.
With the hope that it would tickle my fancy this time, didn't it?
It didn't tickle you.
I'm excited because today I've worn a scarf for the first time.
The first time ever?
Not ever.
That'd be weird, wouldn't it? What is this thing? Scarf.
You wrap it around your appendages.
Appendages?
A neck is it's a neck and appendage.
No. No.
It's attached to my...
No.
Is it because it's attached to two things?
Oh dear, I was hoping for some real high class, high quality conversation this week. It started badly. This out first.
Can an appendage only be attached to one thing of your body?
Yes. I don't know. Did you just fart?
You're listening to Don't Laugh But. So sit back, relax, and let Kirsty and Rebecca sanitize your thoughts with their infectious twatterings.
Could you, keep close to the mic. Close to the mic.
I am close.
Okay.
How much close? I mean, literally. Do you want me to make love to the mic?
Really? In no way whatsoever do I want you to make love to my microphone. Okay?
That's how is this your microphone? This is definitely my microphone. I mean, just because it's in here.
And I paid for it.
I mean, there's that.
There is that.
Still.
But apart from that,
I feel very much ownership on this mic.
You should.
If you talked on this mic,
Mic.
on the mic.
Oh, it started so badly.
No, it started so well.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. I'm very nervous about this week.
You are. I was, but I've processed it before. I've been worried about it because I didn't do any questions like I normally do.
I feel like I've been revising for an exam, and now I've just got sheets of notes, and now I can't bother to look at them. No. None of them make any sense whatsoever.
I've got 5 points.
Oh, see, that's better.
Yeah,
I should have just done 5 points.
I've narrowed it down.
Okay.
Because we're talking. Well, look. First of all.
Sorry, I'm jumping ahead, mate.
We're going to talk about morality.
How are you?
Firstly, I'm really well today. Yesterday was a productive day.
Oh.
Today I've worn a scarf.
Yeah, that's productive.
It was exciting. I felt like I was in the right amount of clothing.
Yeah. Well, you have been wearing a cardigan though. You know my feelings on that.
Oh, I know. I am
morally wrong.
Yeah, it is your... no, as I've said to you, we don't need to go down this road again.
Fine.
Cardigans...
Cardigan gate.
They work. They work on many levels.
Okay. All right.
So there's been lots of YouTube, Facebook videos I've been enjoying this week.
Okay. Welcome to Don't Laugh But.
Oh, absolutely. We are Don't Laugh But.
Yes,
I'm Kirsty Hudson.
And I'm Rebecca of the Elliots.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Fantastic author.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what I did do this morning.
Thank you.
You're a fantastic author.
Kirsty, fantastic comedian.
Well... When I get back on stage, I will be.
Well, yeah.
One day. I mean, they're happening a little bit.
Yeah.
I went to the coffee shop this morning. I was reading some reviews, and they did make me smile.
Oh, people, if you want to write a review for us.
No, not our reviews, mate. This was your reviews for your Pretty Funny book.
Oh, that's nice.
Treat and a joy to read.
There are some bad ones as well.
Well, yeah, no, but one of them just got, I have to say on the bad one, he was just angry.
Well, it's the classic. You write a book basically for teenage girls, and then some middle-aged bloke reads it and goes, "Well, I couldn't identify with any of it at all. It's nonsense." Well, why are you reading books for teenage girls, you plonker?
Plonk. That's a good word. Plonk. We don't hear that enough. We need to bring it back. What I was saying about these videos, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm watching
them. What videos?
You know, like the little Facebook videos. I've had one about a cougar chasing a man. Which apparently cougars go for your neck. That's terrifying, isn't it?
Oh, I thought you meant like the women who go for... Aren't they called cougars?
Oh, they are.
Oh, the women who go for young guys.
These are also called mountain lions. I don't think the women are called that.
No. Okay.
They just live in the mountains.
So there was a mountain lion chasing a man.
Yeah, he was protecting... The mum was protecting the babies, though. Wasn't predatory.
Okay.
Protecting the baby. Mm. But there was another one where there's these two women, right? They're in they're on a hike, middle of nowhere, got no phone signal, and this man has been following them for like half an hour. They are getting so terrified, and they can hear their breaths go, "What should we do?
Oh, it's good.
And it's really scary. And it's like you'll build up and you're going, oh shit. She's like, I've got my pepper spray, I don't know what to do. I've got no phone signal. And the man's shouting, they can't hear what he's shouting. They're like he's got his scary mask on.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're in Corona times. You know, but they're like, what's he going to do? What are we going to do? Mm-hmm. And he's all like, hey, has one of you got a mini? He was trying to find them because they dropped their keys on. And I just thought, that's my life. Literally terrified of everything. And then all of a sudden, I've just dropped my keys.
It's just someone trying to help you.
I just thought that was a really good metaphor for life.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, is it? No.
I
mean, welcome this week. We're just going to describe YouTube videos.
No, that's not actually YouTube videos. It's a Facebook video. So
no, that's fine. Really? No.
Yeah. Last week we talked about. Yeah, I did
Well, hang on, my turn now.
Oh, I was going to talk about coffee shops again.
Why? We've done that. We wrung that dry.
Made a point. I missed the point. I missed one. A fantastic point.
Oh, go on then.
That I think I should open a coffee shop.
Yep.
I would call it zones. And in said coffee shop, I would have them in zones. You can have a talk to me, I'm lonely corner.
Oh, no one wants to sit there.
Yes, I might sometimes want to sit there.
I'm not going to go in the popular corner. I'm going to go in the desperation corner.
Yes. You can have a politics corner because I am having lots of discussions with men on politics at the moment.
Okay.
Quite passionate. I'm bumping my trolley with them. Yeah, I am.
That all sounded euphemistic.
Yeah, I am. I'm
passionate bumping trolley incidents with a lot of men right now. Yeah.
Fun. I was up last night in the middle of the night bumping trolleys.
Were you?
That's
lovely.
I actually was. Anyway, so my cafe would be called Zones.
Yeah.
Coffee shop. And you'd have a political zone where you could chat about politics. If you want to sit about politics, you want to talk about politics of the day, go to that zone. Dating.
Yeah.
You could have...
what if you're sitting in the dating zone and no one comes and talks to you?
That's okay, mate, because some that person might not just be in there.
Would you just quietly move them to the desperation zone? Clearly the dating zone's not right for you. If you move over here to the lonely zone. Because that's the best you can hope for. I'll get you a coffee.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, because they've got conversation starters on Facebook, haven't they?
Yeah.
And that is a conversation starter is when your post gets the most likes or comments in the last 4 weeks, you become a conversation starter.
What?
I know. This is a fact. This is a fact about Facebook.
What?
Oh, I know. I'm bringing it all to the table this week.
I've never had that.
I know. I had loads of them when Sid was in a coma. I mean, that was the only good thing about him being in a coma was I had so many comments on Facebook, right? I mean, why else?
Cloud.
Why else?
Why else would you have your son in a coma?
Exactly.
Unless it didn't get you lots of Facebook attention.
But yet, no conversation started for me. So I thought to myself, I would become that conversation starter in the shop.
Oh, you just go around.
I would go around.
You do that anyway.
Yeah.
Wherever you are.
I think I might.
Whether people want it or not.
I think I'm just going to create that as a job in life.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm going to get paid for
Kirsty
it.
Hudson, conversation starter.
Yeah. And you know what else I learned this week? This is really going to blow your mind.
Is it?
No.
Go on.
You might know this already because you're quite tech savvy.
Tech savvy.
I look at you and I think, Rebecca Elliott, tech savvy.
Go on. Well, I do own 2 microphones.
You know the bar on an iPhone or an iPad?
Yeah.
Space bar. Yeah? On the keyboard.
Yeah.
You know when you try and go back into a word and you can't get in the middle of the word?
Yeah, hold your finger down.
You knew this already?
I think I showed you that.
I don't think you did, mate.
Yeah.
I saw it. I saw it on Facebook.
Can I tell you what else? If you're writing something on notes, use notes.
Yeah, I do.
On your iPhone.
Don't like it.
If you make a mistake, shake your phone. Undoes.
No.
Yeah. I know. It's a game changer. No, I was going to say, how is your, what I refer to as the inverted pyramid of pet abuse in your household? Because you have got a poodle, should be at the top there. Mm-hmm. Then you've got a chihuahua, if you will.
He has got so much swagger. He's the coolest.
And then you've got a rabbit.
Chihuahua.
Mm-hmm. And you'd think it would go that way. No, the rabbit chases and attacks the chihuahua, and the chihuahua chases and attacks the poodle.
And the poodle was
how's that working out?
And the poodle was like, literally, what the F? I was here first, and all these.
How's she doing? Poor Dolly.
She's all right. She's fine. She looked at me today like, really, is he still here?
Yeah.
And he walks down with so much swagger. But
your little chihuahua.
He is so funny. But now he has started to chase the rabbit back.
Oh, good for him.
He really does think he has got small man syndrome.
Yeah.
Thinks he's a ginormous bear. And he's all like, nah, but my rabbit is super cute. My rabbit comes for a carrot every day. Just comes up to me, wants a carrot.
Yeah, I mean, they're quite classic for a rabbit. It's not sort of unusual.
No.
You don't eat your rabbit like Marmite or something. That might be something of note.
You witness.
Do you know what a rabbit likes?
Carrots. Can you believe it? Did you not witness, mate?
Carrots.
You witnessed.
You've seen Bugs Bunny, right?
You witnessed. Yes, cartoon, mate. feel. You witnessed.
Documentary.
You witnessed. I'm going to say it again.
Yeah.
You witnessed my rabbit balancing on one tiny stick to get a leaf.
That was impressive. Yeah.
I mean, he is pretty impressive as Carl.
Well, yeah. Can we delve into my, what's it called?
Your crevice of curiosity.
Just a crack of questions. Crevice of curiosity.
I might have a crack of questions for the crevice of curiosity.
Do that. No, I haven't got a lot.
Oh, no, hang on. Is it going to be as exciting as Hummingbird story last week? Because
maybe. I mean, that blew everything else out of the water, frankly. E.T., the film E.T.
Yeah.
This is pertinent for us at the moment because that is our Halloween evening viewing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
E.T., the version that lots of us have seen, the TV version, replaced all the guns that the bad guys and that the authorities are holding with walkie-talkies.
Oh,
yeah.
They photoshopped.
Digitally.
I was going to say photoshopped them out, but I think you're right. I think it was digitally.
Yes.
Wow, that's exciting.
I know. So you have got ridiculous bits in the film where a guy is like pointing a walkie-talkie at the face of a kid, like it's a threat. I thought that was fairly interesting. I tell you what else I got this week, Kirst. I got sneezing. Okay. Got a couple of things on sneezing. Firstly, sneezing doesn't have to sound like anything. You know the whole
yeah.
And some people have massively loud sneezes.
You
don't need to make any sound apart from like the air coming out, or the kind of the chew, if you will. There's no need for the We add that because we like doing it, and then it becomes habitual, and that's why we do it. Secondly, a lot of people sneeze when they look at bright lights. So you know that thing where you're going to do a sneeze and then it goes and you're really disappointed because you were looking forward to it at that point.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be the highlight of your day. If you look at a bright light, it'll come back. And conversely, and I think I've mentioned this before, if you don't want to sneeze, if a sneeze is coming, you don't want to do it.
Rub something.
No, you say the word pineapple loudly. Although obviously if it's in a funeral you don't want to sneeze.
Pineapple.
Shouting pineapple would be worse.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I know.
Why do you not want to sneeze? Where's a situation where you think, oh, I know what, this will be embarrassing? Sneezing.
Yeah, as I say, I can't really think of a situation where shouting pineapple would make you look more sane.
Like, if I could stop that farting, like, that would be a pineapple.
It'd be better than farting, audibly.
But sneezing I enjoy.
Yeah, who doesn't?
I can tell you something about sneezing.
I get hiccups when I eat spicy food. Just going to drop that in there. Go on.
I hate hiccups. When I have hiccups, I think I'm going to die. It's like a lot of pressure.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure on my...
It's just hiccups, mate.
I don't like it. It's like,
oh, you're very pathetic.
And then you can't... Oh, I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, pathetic. Kirsty, pathetic Hudson.
Yeah.
One thing I don't know about sneezing is when you sneeze, your pressure goes up in your brain really high and quite dangerously. Did you know that?
It's the classic. You can't have your eyes open when you sneeze because your eyes will pop out.
Will
I
they?
bet that's not true though.
We should try it.
Somebody must have done it.
Just
to get on YouTube, they'll do it. If my eyes pop out, get on YouTube. They would have done it. It's like the thing with a hamster. About if you hold a hamster too tightly,
you squeeze it to death.
No, their eyes will pop out.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like common sense, isn't it?
Just roll across the floor.
I don't think anyone
not like
should
really
do that.
tightly.
I'm saying
slightly tightly.
Slightly. Oh, that's a good name for a band. Slightly tightly. I like that. I cried the other day.
Did you?
Over Pavarotti.
Oh, okay.
Singing, and I'm going to find out what it means.
Over the dead body of Pavarotti.
I mean, it's a while ago he died, but you know, it still tears me up. He sings.
Don't sing. You're not going to do it.
No, I'm not. Nessa Dorma.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it means. I think
nobody does, mate.
I think it's something about. I don't know. Anyway,
something about dormer windows.
I did Google it to sound more like I knew what I was talking about.
And then forgot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like most of my
life.
Why
were you weeping over Pavarotti?
Oh, I don't know what happened. I'm driving back. What's
his first name, Kirst?
Luciano.
Okay, come on.
I don't like it when people do that.
What?
Like, say the name in the accent of where the person's from.
Yeah, well, when you're in an Italian restaurant, you talk to someone and then they'll order the meal and they'll go, yeah, mate, I'll have a glass of wine. And they're reggaeton. Oh, shut up.
Like, there's this show I watch and he's called Andre, right? The man. But he's from... like the Czech Republic or somewhere like that. And she goes, Andre, like her husband. This is Andrew. She's American, so she's going, yeah, what's going on, Andrew? I just go no. Yeah, anyway, that song made me cry, and Michael Jackson sings too much in songs.
He sings too much in some. Well, not anymore. He did. Yeah,
he has left this mortal coil.
Yeah.
Or has he?
Yes, he has.
I've got a new feature this week, but we'll come to that at the end.
Well, we could do that now if you
want to
fancy
do it.
If you fancy it.
There's a lot to say about it. Yeah, so I'll keep it brief.
Keep it short.
I'm going to go with, there's a working title. Woman of Wonder.
This is about you, is it?
Well, it could be. I could say a little wondrous fact about myself, but no. I am going to celebrate women that we might not know.
So women of wonder.
Woman of Wonder. Because I'm doing one woman every week.
Okay, all right.
Okay. This woman is called...
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to sound like a hypocrite now because I'm going to call her Fred... What are you doing? What are you doing? You're doing... Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. Rebecca really is making...
I was bored, so I just pulled a funny face, all right? Pick it up. Come on.
She's making mouth gestures at me. Okay, so now I'm going to sound hypocrite because I am going to say her name is Freddie Overstegen, right?
What? Freddie
Overstegen.
Okay.
But I can say that because I lived in Holland because she's Dutch. She's Freddie.
No, just because you've lived there, you can't do that.
Okay, Freddie Overstegen. Right?
Overstegen.
Yeah. She was born in 1925.
Okay.
Right? Now, Freddie.
Yeah.
Her family hid a Jewish couple in their home, right? And that inspired Freddie and her sister Truce.
Yeah.
And they began handing out anti-Nazi propaganda flyers, right? Very bravely because, the Nazis, they were quite scary.
They were pretty bad, as I understand it, Kirst.
Well, this woman, she was badass. She was tough and feisty. And she was noticed by a thing called the Council of Resistance. Yeah. Now, these people, when I say resistance, they were resisting the Nazis, right? Now, this woman, she did all kinds of things. This was a teenager at the time. Yeah. She used dynamite to blow up bridges to stop the Nazis coming across different places.
Wow.
Dynamite.
Wow.
I mean, imagine if, like, my son just started messing around with dynamite. I mean, that's... I mean,
obviously, quite random now.
But at the time, it's like, what? She killed... She lured German soldiers into the forest with romantic intentions, or as they thought.
I think we've spoken of this woman before, wasn't she? She was with her sister.
Yes, and she killed these people.
There was a third girl as well, and they were all teenagers.
I don't know. I don't remember talking about. We may have done.
Yes, I think we have.
Oh, well, they would kill these people. They would kill the German soldiers
them in with promise of a nookie,
and
then just kill them.
And she shot them on her bike. Sometimes she'd just be riding a bike and she'd see a German soldier.
Wow.
And
why has a film been made about this girl?
Well, she also, got Jewish children out of Holland, smuggled them out, and helped them escape from concentration camps.
Wow.
She had a whole life doing this stuff. She was 92 when she died.
Wow.
A day before her 93rd birthday.
Okay.
She
was 92 then. I didn't. I have to think about old people when they go, "Oh, how old are you?" And they go, "I'll be 89 next birthday." Right, so you're 88 then. Don't exaggerate it.
I think you should be proud of if you've got to 88. You should be able to.
Yeah, be proud of being 88, but you're not 89 yet. And if you're 88, chances are you might not get there. Shall we start the show? And it is a show.
Oh, it's morality, mate. We're talking
about morality. I've been quite nervous about this, like, I've been revising for exam, because I studied, philosophy of ethics many moons ago.
Did you get a first?
But now I got a first. Did you know that? I don't know if you knew that. But now I can barely remember it, but I want to remember it. So I've written scores of notes, and it's just all rubbish. Well, so let's just have a little chat.
Let's have a little chat. I'll kick off the chat.
Nobody's here to learn anything. I know that's very clear.
Well, if they came here to learn,
you need to
they're
go.
In the wrong classroom. Yeah, is what they're in. Morality, I tell you why it's made me
doing the right thing.
What? Stop right there.
I was going to do a little intro.
Doing the right thing.
Is that a song?
Do the right thing, not the black and white thing. Yes, that's as far as the
That was singing, was it?
It might have been Do the Black... Anyway.
Uh-huh.
But it was a good song. Morality, I tell you why it's worrying you, mate.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why it is. Because it's a forever shifting platform.
Oh,
right?
There's a sentence.
I know.
Yeah.
So you're standing on the platform that is morality.
Yeah.
And you're like in the earthquake zone. You're going, okay, this is moral. Oh, I don't know. Is it moral now? Because morality is constantly changing with the evolution of society.
Look at you with the big words. Well, it is, but there are some moral absolutes, aren't there?
Is there? Give them to me. Hit me with them.
Well, I mean, that was sort of supposed to be a bit of a question mark at the end there. That, you know, they're not killing and stealing and all that. But, of course, there's always exceptions to the rules, Kirsty.
This is your thing, you see. You think about Jesus. You think about God, don't you? I mean, God killed his only son, and God's quite moral.
Yeah, I don't think you quite got the point of the whole Jesus thing, but we're not going to go down that road.
We don't need to, but it still confuses me.
But morality, what I was going to kick off with...
I mean, I did start strong.
You did start strong. You did, but I feel it's kind of rapidly careering down the hill, isn't it?
I'll start walking back up again.
Yeah, okay. No, but morality, you know, doing what's right and honourable and virtuous and all that kind of thing, has it sort of gone out of fashion a bit recently?
Has it ever been in fashion?
Yes, of course it has been.
Why? Well, they used to kill...
What was virtuous and what was good was supposed to be what we're all aiming at. I'm not saying people were virtuous and good, but it was supposed to be kind of like the aim, the strive of like what the good life. Whereas now, is it a bit too individualistic, if you will?
If you can pronounce it. Absolutely. I think it is. I think it is. But if you think back in the day about virtues and morality, they used to kill people in the street, and people used to come and watch.
Yes.
That's not that moral.
No, it's not moral through our eyes now, but they were thinking that they were being moral then.
Exactly.
Yes, of course.
This is
the
why
rules change. But talking about now.
Let's talk about now.
Are we all a little bit fed the line that we all are deserving of happiness? So happiness, we're striving for happiness now, rather than doing what's good for the good of everyone. It's quite individualistic. We talk about our own... I still can't get that word right.
You say it with such a pronounced face.
Individualistic. Shut up.
So yeah.
No, but we believe we have a right to our own happiness.
Yes.
And of course we're not going to be happy all the time, so then we kind of feel bereft when it's not there, and we feel the whole victimization thing is kind of you see, it's such big points. I can't with your stupid face looming down on me. I can't get them out now.
No, I think you're making.
But no, instead of happiness, should we be actually looking for meaning instead of it doesn't help. Instead of happiness, should we not be looking for meaning and purpose? Well, that's a bit out of fashion, isn't it?
Well, let me talk to you about that. Hang on.
But going down the whole, like, you're just perfect as you are. You're perfect as you are, babe. You're perfect as you are. But actually, we're not. And we should be striving to be better. So there's the whole thing, you're perfect as you are, but you're also, you're what is it? You're a masterpiece, but you're also, what is it?
A work in progress at the same time.
You're work in progress at the same time. But I think sometimes we forget the whole work in progress thing. And it's like, no, you deserve everything. You have rights. You have a right to be happy. You have a right to be treated equally. You have, yes, we do have rights, but equally we need to sort of be striving to improve ourselves a bit.
I think you've hit the nail on the head in lots of ways.
I really don't think I have.
No. Let me bang it in for you, right?
Thanks. Would you?
I'm banging it in for you right now. So you've said like I think when you look for meaning. And what else did you say? Meaning and
purpose.
Meaning and purpose. I think that is happiness. I think that they're one of the same.
But that's a broader idea of happiness.
Yeah, but exactly. So I think we just need to change our points of view at times. And if you do those things, but don't place pressure on yourself to do those things, then maybe that is then when you remove the pressure, but just kind of do it and allow it to be those things.
I agree, but I do think there should be a little bit more pressure. Because, you know, all the depression and anxiety and early cynicism and all that kind of thing, the answer to that is not necessarily saying, but you're perfect just as you are.
I don't think you need to say you're perfect as you are.
It's saying you have the perfect potential.
Yes, exactly.
To do and to be whatever you can be. And part of that should be doing the right thing for others and having meaning and purpose.
Well, but there is a lot of thought going into saying the only way to find your purpose is to do for others. That service to others is part of our soul's growth, part of our being, our reason for being here.
Yeah, but is it a bit out of fashion? And it's not just it's not just individualistic. I will get that word right one of these times.
Yeah.
We have the group mentality now. We're all in groups. Even like you see on like social media, the person's profile will be like, it will mention their sexuality, it will mention that they're politics, feminist, bisexual, and that's great. But it's like you're just identifying. So it's a broadening of the individuality. I'm part of that group, and therefore my morality is tied to whatever they think, rather than actually spending the time to kind of think, what do I believe? What do I believe is right? What do I think is the right thing to do? And then you get the victimization of like, well, my group is being marginalized. My group is being victimized. And the victimization thing makes you less interested in being empathetic to others. And it's the whole polarizing thing that we've spoken about before.
It's a tricky subject. And I think you're raising...
Because we all feel like we're being downtrodden. Yeah. And so that stops you looking outside your groups and actually thinking, but what...
Do you feel like you're being downtrodden? I mean, I
think it's easy to go down that route sometimes,
and I think
as a woman or whatever.
And I wonder if that's just okay. Like Lawrence Fox at the moment we've talked about Lawrence Fox in the past. He's coming out and saying, as a white middle class man, he feels marginalised, and he feels that he has racist attacks on his because he won't do things like say the Black Lives Matter. He'll say that all lives matter. Now, this woman the other day was just had a really strong argument for him and said, I feel sorry for you that you think that you're marginalised.
Yeah.
But he truly believes he is marginalised as a white middle class male. Absolutely having no concept. Yeah. He really believes that, and he really believes he's on the same page as this woman. And he tried to say, "Look, we have things in common." She went, "We have nothing in common. No. I will never be your friend. I will never even be your associate." I can't remember who the woman was. She's a.
But equally, that's not helpful. That's what I'm saying. Just to be polarised on one side or the other, you've got to find the common ground.
Well, why? I think yes, you can. But I think it's okay to not have that common ground. Like, as I've talked to you this week, I've been bumping my trolleys with lots of men on heavy subjects like abortion, like who should be going for the next Supreme Court judge position.
Absolutely, and debate's massively important.
And I love those conversations.
But that's debate. That's not having this sort of like, I'm in this group, they're in that group, therefore I hate them. It's lots of all the things that go with morality, which is all like the empathy, tolerance, and just like caring for people because they're humans.
Well,
not because they have to be in the same group as you, because my group thinks this thing and your group thinks that thing.
But can't we
then it all becomes introspective and not...
It does, but can't we just have the privilege at the moment where we're living in a free society that we can just have these debates and be in these camps and recognise within these camps that they are just superficial.
I don't think people should be in camps.
But they're superficial. They're not real, but they are what it goes down to,
because otherwise you end up believing that such and such is the right thing to do because my group believes that. And then you feel afraid to say anything outside of that in case the group comes back at you. Well, how can you be a feminist and say that?
Well, I think, and interesting.
And that builds closed minds, and it's polarising society into little factions that are all victimised by all the other factions.
Oh, without a doubt. And this is why it's so interesting that he has brought this to the table, that he feels marginalised as a white male, where white middle class men generally are making, it seems politically, and I could be wrong on this, making all the decisions. So to say that he's marginalised is bizarre and alien to me, but he's clearly, I think he's doing it to create a political job for himself.
He is.
And someone I don't enjoy at all. But I've listened to him quite a lot, and I think it's about just being our gangmate. It's about feeling a sense of belonging. And it's how you healthily react to that need for a sense of belonging. Like, I definitely, when I'm with my people, my women who I lean with politically, who are aligned with my feminist politics, I feel a sense of safety and comfort from those women or men in those groups. There are very much men in those camps with me, and I enjoy that. However, I really, really do strive to have conversations with people who I really absolutely disagree with, and I have quite a few in those, because as obviously Darren being American, I know a lot of American who are very conservative in their viewpoint, and I just love to have discussions that I feel like I grow from. but I will never agree with them or align with them. But I feel I am doing my bit for standing up for people without the voice that I have, because I am middle class now and I have access to all kinds of things that I might not have had if I didn't have money or didn't have the things that I have, and all of those kinds of stuff. And I just feel like I want to say my opinion and my voice and not align with that, and not go, you know what, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Like if you post something in a social media form that I disagree with, I will direct message you and go, I'm not comfortable with that. Sometimes
I think that's good, because equally I think there's a morality of niceness these days, and I think we need to be able to tell people when we believe their shit stinks.
Oh yeah.
But obviously if that goes too far that way, then you end up just being abusive, which is what happens.
Yeah, well, it's also
but equally,
recognising.
if you're with someone who you're friends with and they say or do something that you think is morally abhorrent, then most of us kind of wouldn't say something about it, and you need to say something about it, because otherwise you're complicit in them doing or saying
tricky,
that.
though.
But there is a morality of niceness. I don't want to rock the boat. So you've got one extreme and the other.
Yeah,
like
mate.
online, you've just got the kind of abuse of like, I'm in one camp, you're in the other.
Yeah, mate.
But equally, we want to keep this facade of peace with each
But it's
other.
how
And
you-
actually, we do. So there's that balance.
It's how you deliver the message, though, isn't it?
You've entered the sanitized and disinfected twatmosphere of Don't Laugh But. Please thoroughly wash your hands and thoughts on the way out.
It's a fascinating subject, you know, like the morality thing, like, you know, like wanting to do the right thing. Like if there is a situation where someone is being blatantly homophobic or blatantly racist or sexist in a situation, where are the times where should you stand up?
Yeah.
Thinking about, I would in a situation, but thinking about your own personal safety within that, you know, I slapped on a train for no reason. Would I be slapped in a situation for a reason? Would I want my child to do that? Yes, in theory, without a doubt, but in practice, is that I would want to get help for somebody who was being hurt, and I think I might go and get help. I would want to say I would directly help, or I would engage others to get us to help. But it's easier said when we're sitting in a safe office chatting than it is when violence is placed in your face.
Sure.
So what's the moral? You know, the morality's in all kinds of situations.
And equally, and I know I sort of started the discussion on that, I think, but you know, telling people where they're going wrong, I think, is how morality is going at the moment. So one group saying, I'm being victimised and this is why, and you're doing this wrong, rather than morality should actually, and it's, as I say, it's gone out of fashion, be doing the right thing, the honourable thing, regardless of whether you think they're in your group, regardless of, and I don't know if we've sort of lost that a little bit.
Well, no, don't you think he's got it right?
And like, you know, I can't remember who said it, but you know, the true sign of a good man is what he does when no one's watching.
I don't know about that. Because what I do when no one's watching, I'm my worst.
The point is, do you do good stuff, even if it's not to show that you're doing good stuff in front of other people?
I hope so. I'd like to think I do, but you know, I think we're all fallible. Like,
of course, we're all fallible.
I think
that's the point. We're all a work in progress. But I think we forget that, and we think we're perfect just as we are. You know, you see two girls in a club or something, and one of them's just their boyfriend said something slightly mean to them, and the other girl says to her, "You don't deserve that, babe. You deserve so much more." Does she deserve so much more? Oh. No, but do any of us deserve? There's that thing that we've got that we deserve, that we have just come into this world, and we deserve happiness, and we deserve this, and we do. Well, what have we done first to deserve it?
Well, I think we do deserve it. For stuff.
Yes, hold on, we have rights. What I'm saying is we need to work on ourselves to be better people, whereas I don't think we're doing that so much these days.
Well, I think there's, for start,
myself fully included, by the way. I'm not saying
for start,
absolutely.
I think it's how you. I mean. Like, at first it's how you define work. Like, what is that work? You know, I think we're all here to evolve and to be different and to change and to make our mark on the world, without a doubt, whatever that mark is, you know. And for me, it's the Taylor Swift effect. Well, I'm bringing Taylor Swift into it.
Okay.
Taylor Swift has always wanted just to make people happier than she was when they're with them, and it's something that I like to do. I want people to feel good around me, right? And she does it all the time. And then Kanye West was mean to her on stage, and it literally knocked her for six. She's all like, all I've ever tried to do, and then people started to troll her and were really mean to her.
Yeah. And
she's all I've ever done, and it really ate away at her, because she's all I've ever done is be the nice person, and now I'm not seen as the nice person. And how does that define her as her character? So morality, and like you think, like, I don't think, what would Jesus do? I do love Jesus, I love the whole God thing, but I think, what would Dolly do? Like, Dolly Parton is incredibly assertive as a woman in terms of how she looks. She defines herself. Like, there was a story when Elvis wanted to record her song and she went, no, it's my song. You can record it, but I will own it. And so he didn't record it. So she always has defined things for herself.
I get you, obviously a huge fan of Dolly, but again, is that not valuing something other than morality? Is that not valuing that it's the strength of her?
Yeah,
and
you're
doing
right.
whatever the hell she wants. And we value that over and above actually doing what's right for the good of everyone.
No, I think you do. I don't think it's possible. I think you have to do the good for everybody. I think it's impossible.
No. I'm not saying you should do what's good for it, but you should strive to.
No, I think if you strive...
Otherwise, we're just...
No. This is where we might differ. I'll seize my part along the way, and I might walk down the middle and go, you're wrong. But I think what I think on this is that if you actually
I'm stuck on I'll seize my part.
I'll seize...
Oh,
like that...
SEA, yep.
Like, we're walking... It's a good point I'm making it. I think we have to strive to please ourselves. Fundamentally,
not first and foremost.
Goes along with the same thing. Like, if you sort yourself out first,
yes.
Think about it as the thing. It's the old adage, isn't it?
I agree. Put your own mask on before you put your mask on your kids. Yes, of course. I'm totally with you with that. But
that's morality.
I wonder if that's gone too far that way, and it's too individualistic, and it's too like, I'm perfect just as I am.
If you look,
it's a little bit too far. That's not the answer actually to anxiety and depression and all that. That actually we do have a responsibility. It's the lack of responsibility. We hand it over to the government, we hand it over to society, and then we don't have any responsibility.
Do you know what? Bizarrely, I think we're saying the same thing, because like, I absolutely believe that is part of the reason that we hand our power away all the time. And I think that to say you're perfect is good, but to say you're equally as imperfect is the right thing to say. And with those in that grey area, they're where you'll make your better moral judgments. We all have a natural desire to help each other, a natural desire to give, a natural desire to do the best for society. I just think we forget, because of all the distractions we have. Our lives are far too busy. We have the privilege where we're kind of not got at the time. Whereas before, like, we did have more time. Studies have shown, interestingly, I've been looking at morality, like, about how women, they think, are potentially seen as more moral than men because of the way some things, reactions in our brain. For example, like men, when watching like wrongdoers be punished, that activates the reward center of their brain, whereas with women it activates their pain centers, suggesting that suggesting that when women are potentially more empathic, that's not criticism on men at all. Like, there are many really, really empathic and moral men, without a doubt,
of course.
But also, I've got lots of evidence based there about this, and I just found that quite interesting as how we play our role in the world. I do feel that women are potentially more empathic than men, because they found that not because of the Y factor or the testosterone in men, but because of socioeconomic situations of men, and that they've been generally allowed to have the space to be more. It's all negative words, and I don't mean this, but like more conniving in business, more, almost permission to do those things that are probably seen as not moral. But
the strength and power has been traditionally rewarded to men.
Exactly, and I think that,
which is just as damaging to them as it is to us, as you said before.
Yeah, and I think that this is why we shouldn't give our power away politically. We should absolutely hold our voice politically, but within that, recognise that, if you look at how our politicians run, I'm not sure you can have morality in politics at the same time. I would like to think there are, but I'm not sure they can possibly work in the same way.
Well, politics has gone off on a complete tangent. So I was thinking about my moral philosophy this week, and I was thinking, you know who you'd love? Jean-Jacques Rousseau. I think you'd be right up his alley. He'd be right up your alley.
Oh God, he would.
Well,
is he still alive? Can I get in there? Can I meet Jean?
A few centuries ago, sweetie. So his classic quote was, men are born free, everywhere they're in chains. But he believed, like you do, that like a lot of people do, that everyone is naturally empathetic, that everyone is naturally good at heart, and we do know what's right and wrong, but that it gets warped by society, right? So the government should be there for the good of the people. So he talks about the social contract. We basically all come into society because we should get out of it what we put into it, but that should be quite minimal. But actually government then obviously gets corrupt. I think you just looked at your watch.
I was just wearing. This is fucking fascinating.
I was shaky ground as it was.
I love it.
No, the government should be for the good of the people. Otherwise, you're literally better off without it. It talks about how you're actually better off having a mild amount of individual anarchy, people stealing and stuff, and not having a government, than being in a government that's constantly waging wars.
I think that shows hugely with the Black Lives Matters how protests, we have to have people protesting things are wrong.
Yeah.
And kind of go, no, we can't have this. And it's like such a shame it's not consistent. And I think it has to go in ebbs and flows for whatever reasons. But I love that. I think it's so true. But I honestly no. And I don't have the evidence to show, but it just is an instinctual feeling that when you still, like there's the saying from the Bible, be still, know that I am God. And I think that I believe that God's inside ourselves, that we are very much have the holiness, that we're all connected and all that stuff. So if we just trust and go inside, then I just think that generally, like what was that? I'm not saying bad things don't happen. You and I have had experiences of bad shit, and every person will experience these things. But what if you change your perception on stuff, that maybe they are for a growth. I'm not saying, it makes me a better person. I'm not saying all that stuff. I'm just looking at potentially that there's a reason for these things, as we've discussed way too much in this podcast. We've gone
too far down the social contract route. We've kind of lost a bit of our morality because we've handed it over.
I think so.
We've handed it over to the government. We've handed it over to
social media.
To social media.
Absolutely. I think we do, and I think we need to have space by ourselves, with ourselves, really getting clear on what it is. How do we want to show up in the world? And I do say it to my kids, like, how do you want to show up in the world? Okay, look, I dropped a 4-pack of hula hoops into the bin in Waitrose that goes to the food banks. Yeah, so that made me a good person.
Oh, fantastic!
I mean, 4 tins of hula hoops. 4 tins, mate.
4. Hang on, tins.
Tins, mate. Hula hoops. Spaghetti hula hoops.
That's not called hula hoops.
What are they called?
Spaghetti hoops.
Spaghetti rings.
Spaghetti hoops, right? Because I thought you meant the crisps, hula hoops. I was like, who buys their crisps in tins?
No.
What moron are you?
Me, that one. Oh, spaghetti hoops, of course they are.
Yes.
They were Heinz.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I didn't go for the essentials. I thought, no, you deserve it. Well
done you.
It's the first time I've done that though, mate. For a long.
Well done.
So I remembered to do it.
So you've improved yourself.
So see, my morality is because I've got a shit memory. Yeah. So I am moral. I just forget to be so.
It is difficult to know what the right thing to do is in a lot of situations. So this is the thing. So utilitarians, would say that.
Big words again.
Yeah. Yes. John Stuart Mill and Jeremy Bentham. They were trying to come up with like a method for finding out in any situation what the right thing to do is. So they thought you could have like an objective way.
That's what I want. I want rules, mate, on morality.
Well, this is what they were trying to solve. They were trying to help you, Kirst. They go, okay, Kirst, right, this is what you do. Right. So it started off, Bentham, by saying that in any situation, the right decision is the one that causes the most happiness.
Wow.
So he thought, I've solved it. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom, baby.
I mean, in theory, that's great, right?
In theory, it sounds fantastic. Yeah, that makes sense. But of course, then you have loads of problems with that. Firstly, think about something like gang rape. You've got
serial killers.
Lots
of pleasure for them.
Yes, exactly.
Not so much for everyone else.
Exactly. Yeah. So then John Stuart Mill came in and went, well, there's different qualities of pleasure and happiness. Happiness rather than pleasure. And so he sort of came up with a different way of measuring it, like the length of pleasure, the virtuousness of the happiness caused and all that. But then it becomes ridiculous, because then in any situation, like if you're about to give money to a homeless guy on the street, right, then you go, well, hang on, before I give you this tenner, can we just sit down? I'm just going to make some notes and just kind of ascertain, right, firstly, what are you going to spend the money on? Right, so that's beer and a Twix. Well, that's what I would have spent it on. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Right. And it's it
and
doesn't
we're actively
work.
told not to give money. They say, don't give money to these people because they're going to spend on drugs and help.
Exactly.
Let the government help them. But then you just think, oh, crikey, well, they are homeless. And it is. It's harder now to be moral than before. Like, you think you're buying like a t-shirt that's got organic cotton in, or you're going to Primark, and if you buy at Primark, but then the people who are making the clothes won't get the money back. It's like constant trying to be.
I know, and on that there's the inconvenience of being moral, because we all know that Amazon is a bit bad, but like, shop on Amazon.
I do, yeah. And
we all know that driving lots of places is bad, but there's the convenience that you want to get in your car rather than getting the train. There's endless. Yes. But going back to the utility, of course, there's loads of issues, like the whole, if you're on a train that's going to go off in one direction and kill 5 people, or you
kill one person,
you can change it so it's going on the other track where it's just going to kill one.
I'd kill myself.
What do you do? Yeah, just give yourself a done.
I'll take this one for the scene, fellas, because I'll jump. It's tricky because it is tricky, right? We have, mate. I'll tell you what, we have got the butters, haven't we?
We've got stories, mate. Yeah,
we've got.
Well. I was just going to say lastly, when we were talking about our kids, and I was going to ask you, is it important to instill a strong moral compass in our children? And I think it is, and I'll tell you why.
Do you, mate?
Because if you instill a strong moral compass in your children, you can guilt trip them into doing anything well into adulthood.
Nice.
Because then all you've got to go is, well, darling, if you think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, damn it, Mum.
Oh, I know.
It's worth doing.
I mean, I'm not angry, I'm disappointed.
Why do you keep looking out the window behind me? Because it's freaking me out.
Oh, it was a squirrel.
It was a squirrel. Classic dog. Yeah, so the squirrel.
Yeah.
Back in the room.
Yeah.
Can I kick off with a letter from Mark? Lovely Mark.
Oh, he's a top fan.
He's a top fan. So he says, when we lived in Scotland, we'd often see deer running across the fields when we did the school runs in the morning. On one beautiful morning, I love how he sets the scene there. On one beautiful morning, we saw an exceptionally large herd of deer running towards the road. So I pulled over so we could watch them jump the fence and cross the road in front of us. It was a wonderful sight. It would have been a perfect snapshot of the beauty of nature. However, the one at the back misjudged the timing of the second jump and crashed head first into the fence post.
Oh.
What an idiot. I was shocked. The kids were horrified. I got out the car and unfortunately the deer was dead. I had absolutely no idea what I should do. Leave it at the side of the road for the birds to peck its eyes out? Should I bury it somewhere and say a few words? Thankfully, in that moment of utter confusion, the universe sent me the clarity that I needed. A van pulled over and the driver said, "Have you hit it?" I explained what happened to him, and he said, "If I was you, I'd pop it in the boot of your car and have it for dinner." I was initially appalled, but with the surname Butcher, that's his surname. Are we allowed to say his surname? Well, he's mentioned it. It's your fault, Mark. I think something genetically kicked in and took the man's advice. I managed to explain to the kids that we needed to take it away from the road. Discreetly bundled it into the car. How do you discreetly bundle a deer into a car, Mark? And we drove home with it. I thought this would be easy. I called my local butcher and asked how much it is. 20 quid for a local butcher to butcher it. Okay. Seemed reasonable. Oh, until he said that they can only receive a prepared carcass. I'd have to skin and gut it myself. He says, we'll gloss over the next part, but needless to say, I learnt some valuable lessons. Number 1, a whirly pole washing line is not designed to hang a deer from. Number 2, when someone lobs a head off in the movies with an axe, that's a lie. God. And 3, when life gives you Bambi, make venison. I mean, that's beautiful, Buck, and also quite disturbing.
Yeah.
I would have been scared it would have woken up in the boot, and then you're just driving along with a live deer in your car.
Oh,
you know?
Darren hit a deer once.
Did he eat it?
He had to get it out of his engine first.
Oh,
it was
nasty.
It was stuck. He said it was very unpleasant.
Yeah,
but
I mean, did Mark do the morally right thing there? The deer didn't go to waste. You know,
I think
people. I think
if roadkill.
Because I'm a vegetarian, but I have no moral problem with eating roadkill.
No.
I would not eat roadkill because it's roadkill, Mark. But still, I have no moral problem with that. Just a disgust problem.
Also, slightly fearful of him now.
Of Mark?
Yeah.
Mark,
the way
Mark the Butcher.
Yeah.
Butcher boy Mark.
Just chopping the head off.
Now he knows how to chop a head off.
Yeah.
Oh. He doesn't know our addresses.
Keep him as a top fan.
I'm your number 1 fan. Are you, Mark?
Good.
With the knife there.
Oh, I love Mark. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a good story for you.
Go on then.
This is from Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she's just given a very good description. Listen to this.
I'm listening.
So Joe, married to Marcus, said that Marcus was feeling like a 1960s American astronaut. He had a rescue dog under his arm. He was almost feeling like he was walking in slow motion towards the dog's home, putting the dog, being somewhat reluctant, the dog, not Marcus, into a neighbour's home.
Okay.
Only then to ring the neighbour and tell them you had rescued their dog and put it back in their house through the dog flap.
So he's rescued a dog. He's taken it back to where it was, from whence it came.
Yeah, shoved it in through the dog flap.
He feels like a hero.
He does. He rung the owners, only to be told they had said dog, their own dog, with them.
Oh, so he shoved a dog in someone's house, just randomly.
She finishes the story. Well, she'll give you clarity on the story. She finishes the story. Well, who the hell's the dog I've just put in my neighbour's house? I prayed it didn't poop in your house. Sorry, Kirsty Hudson. That's my neighbour.
Wow, well, I want to know what's the ending to that. Did they find the actual owner for the dog?
I don't know. He just got it back.
Is the dog still there, hiding in the cellar or something, just like pooping?
See, it was in my house, mate. It was my dog. It wasn't my dog, but it was in my house. I don't know what happened to said dog. We need to find that out for next week.
We need to find that out.
But also, my auntie has had that same situation.
What, with the dog?
With a black male lab, yeah. She popped that in someone else's house too.
Wow.
I mean, this is happening. This is a phenomenon that's happening all across the country. People trying to be helpful, doing the right thing, failing on the dog situation.
Okay.
But now she's friends with the black lab. The lab comes, visits my auntie on a regular basis.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Just visits for a cup of tea?
Well, she says. Quail. Let's call it name like Quail. The black lab became a frequent visitor to our...
I think when the dog popped around for a cup of tea, it's some quail. It's really neat.
What I fancy. But a quail. Not the egg. The actual quail. The actual whole bird. Just give it to me.
Thing.
I would like it. Do you know what I really like? Oh, my God. I forgot what it's called.
What?
Cockspatch. No.
Sorry?
You know when a chicken and they sell them and they're cockspatched? Is it cockspatched?
I think it is, but I don't. I just want to hear you keep saying cockspatched, getting ever more perplexed by it.
I just love that they just call it cockspatch chicken.
Sam says.
Oh, does she? What does Sam say? I love
My husband and I had a moral dilemma about 6 months ago. At the time, we acted instinctively. However, retrospectively, it turned into a moral minefield.
Oh.
We were walking on the outskirts of town, and up about 50 metres ahead of us, heading into a narrow walkway, was a very elderly lady. I'm 89 next birthday. You're 88, shut up. Anyway, she stumbled over a tiny step and fell headlong onto the pavement, crashing violently to the ground. She was very shaken, and remained strewn on the cold ground. My husband and I both instinctively ran, and after checking she was okay, we lifted her carefully to her feet. Doing the right thing, right? She was very shaky, so we continued to support her elbows as we all slowly walked her into town to meet up with her daughter. Now, in the normal scheme of things, this was the right thing to do, end of. But as we approached her daughter, so they've got the old lady, propping her up. As we approached the daughter, all we got was a stern telling off for potentially exposing a frail old lady to the coronavirus.
Oh.
I might add, she most certainly was too frail to walk unaided at the time. She was grateful for our help, and there was no way we could simply have left her on the ground down some dark alleyway. Anyway, her daughter would clearly have preferred we simply walked on by, or maybe she expected us to call an ambulance, which would have been overkill. I mean, Sam does sound quite livid about the whole affair, but I can understand that.
It's a moral dilemma.
They didn't have their masks because they weren't walking through town. They were on the outskirts. The outskirts, Kirsty.
When one does not need to cover the face.
So what if you see an elderly lady but you haven't got a mask? Just leave her to the wolves. It's the right thing to do now.
Well, this is the trouble with the shaky ground of morality.
The shaky ground of morality.
It really is. I love it when one of our listeners, Jen, we'll call her because that's her name, said, "I never try to do the right thing." Boom.
Yeah, and so the right thing to do is not do the right thing. Just don't even try.
Don't try, mate.
Don't try.
Don't try too hard.
Yeah.
I say morality, do it or don't. No.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. That used to have so much charisma.
Yeah. Do it or don't. I don't think it ever did. was looking up sort of moral dilemmas. You know, the sort of classic moral dilemmas.
How long have we been?
Oh, so long. But it's been so dull. I'm just hoping we can get 10 minutes of interest out of it.
Yeah, come on, what? What?
I can't remember it.
I had such high hopes for today. You've let me down.
It was some weird moral dilemma where it said your brother is drowning in quicksand. This is like a serious discussion of moral. Your brother is drowning in quicksand. Right? It's such a niche scenario, right? It's already niche. It gets nicher.
God.
Right. But within your reach is either your brother, right, or a vial with the cure to cancer in it. Okay? So then it gives you options. Do you reach for the vial? Do you save your brother? The third option, do you do neither? Someone to go, I can't really be bothered to do either, really. Cancer, brother, don't really care. No. Whatever.
That's a
very niche moral dilemma,
isn't it? It's a good one, though, because it gets you thinking. Is it? Oh, it does. It gets me thinking.
Got me livid.
Because you'd save your brother, and then he'd get cancer, and you'd be like,
yeah, what was the point of that?
What was the point in that one? Quicksand used to scare me as a kid.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it.
No,
I don't
nobody
believe
has.
It's true.
I think quicksand was in every movie for about 10 years, between 1975 and 85. Every movie had to involve someone sinking into quicksand, in my memory.
Sometimes your life feels like quicksand.
Look, you're trying to make it deep. This podcast definitely feels like we're sinking lower into quicksand. It really does.
It's like that every week, mate. And this is the trouble, is it? Because we're struggling with over her corners, aren't we?
Yes, because I don't see anyone.
You don't see anyone now.
No.
You know,
and everyone's got a mask on, so you can't hear what they're saying anyway.
I know. I did hear one of the market men say,
this is the main problem with coronavirus. It's the death of Overheard Corner. You know?
I know. Forget tears.
Nobody cares about that, do they?
1, 2, 3
We're the victims here, Kirst. Nobody cares.
Where's the morality in that? I did hear one of the market stall owners start saying, do you know how long I've cooked my chicken for? And I was so bummed. I don't know how long you cooked this chicken for.
You didn't find out the answer?
Didn't find out the answer. And so now, sometimes when your name back, I wonder how long you cooked this chicken for. Did he? Oh, that's a long time. You're really thinking about it. And I'm thinking to the point that he's a regular on the market. I think on Saturday, I might say, how long did you cook your chicken for?
Okay. Don't start with the sentence, I was really bummed, because I think that's going to confuse him, because I'm still stuck on that.
I was really bummed about it. That's like me bashing my trolley with some men in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I'm being bummed.
That's a bit dirty.
Well, we've bummed.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
I mean, I had some lovely quips about morality.
Go on then.
Well, that's I've done them.
Did you? I missed them.
You sucked me down into the moral complexities of the human condition, and I realised
I don't think I did. I feel like I've let myself down. I've let you down. I've let society down.
You have. I mean, it was bad enough.
I've let the institution of philosophy down.
It was bad enough. So you tried.
I'm going to hand back my first. I don't deserve it. Frankly, I do not deserve it.
You tried to kill the kids at Westgate Primary.
Oh, you're going to bring that up every week.
Peanut butter. And
I didn't try to kill them. Some of them just unfortunately died.
Tragic. I think through very, 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 very careful editing, we might get about 10 minutes worth of material out of this. We may do. It might happen.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. You've got a job on your hands.
I really have.
Yeah.
Lovely people. If you're still here, then wow.
You deserve a medal.
Yeah, they felt duty, obligated, sense of moral obligation to stick right to the end.
I love them.
I love them.
Yeah, okay. Love you.
Love you. Have a good week.
See you next
week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
This is Don't Laugh But, the podcast that incessantly rambles on and ultimately answers the question, what's worse than the silent loneliness of self-isolation?